I know who all have joined so that we can greet each one of you personally.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and the assembled devotees. This is Revati from Atlanta, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Revati Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Thank you, Mataji, once again for that beautiful chanting of recitation of Bhagavad Gita 16th chapter. It was so beautiful. And welcome, Mataji, to today's call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Chinmay Prajapriya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. This is Susmita from Canada. Thank you, Rebati Mataji, for chanting beautifully. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Susmita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji, for all your services, and welcome, Mataji, to today's call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Chinmay Prajapriya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai, and all the assembled devotees. This is Shivani from Ashwin, Virginia. Thank you, Revati Mataji, for your beautiful Bhagavad Gita recitation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji, for all your wonderful services, and welcome, Mataji, for today's call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Bol, Yashamati Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. So nice to have you back, Mataji. Welcome back. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Would anybody like to introduce yourself? We have a minute.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Neetu Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for attending every class, and welcome, Mataji, for today's class. Hare Krishna. Mataji, it's 11 a.m. Can we start the recording? And Prabhuji is not yet joined, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, Prabhuji is there. Mataji, can you please start the recording, Mataji?
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Radha Pramod Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your precious time and being here and talking about the Supreme Lord to us. So we're very grateful to you, Prabhu. But with your permission, can I read Srila Prabhupada's quote, Prabhu, before I hand over the call to you?
Sure.
So much. So the quote for today is, Krishna is the root of everything. If he is pleased, everyone will be pleased. If you pour water on the root, the water will be distributed all over the tree. This is the best service to humanity. This was instructed by His Divine Grace in a letter to Mr. Kharsan on December 2nd, 1976. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, Radha Pramod Prabhuji. We are all eagerly waiting to hear from you. And today, Prabhuji will be talking on Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Kanda, 18th chapter, texts 166 to 170. So please take over, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्त वृंद. So we are reading from Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Kanda, text 166 onwards. So I'll just read the slokas. केहा पड़े लक्ष्मी स्तवा केहा चाड़ी श्रुति सबे स्तुति पड़े याहारा ये नामति. Some recited prayers to Lakshmi and some offered prayers to Durga. Everyone offered prayers according to their realization. Seeing Sri Gaurasundara in the dress of Shakti or consort, persons who are situated in false ego of goodness began to pray to him as Narayani Mahalakshmi. Others who are situated in false egos of ignorance offered him prayers known as Chandi Stotra. Jaya Jaya Jagata Janani Mahamaya Dukhi Hita Jivera Deha Ranga Padachaya. All glories to Mahamaya, the mother of the universe. Please bestow the shade of your lotus feet on the suffering living entities. Mahamaya, the mother of the universe, awards various miseries to living entities engaged in material enjoyment. To get free from these miseries, they take shelter of her. But at that point, they are unable to understand that their actual fate will be when they are free from those miseries. Only those who are fully surrendered to the Supreme Lord achieve the inclination to serve Krishna from Mahamaya, Adishakti. Only they can understand that severe miseries can be vanquished by the influence of unalloyed service to Krishna. Service to the son of Nanda is the most auspicious for the living entities. This becomes the subject of their prayers to Katyayani. Next text. जय जय अनंत ब्रह्मानंद कोटीश्वरी तुमी युगे युगे धर्म राका अवतारी. All glories to goddesses of innumerable universes. You incarnate in every yuga to maintain religious principles. Brahmi Vishnu Maheshware Tomara Mahima बोलिते ना पारे अन्ये के बाद दिभे सीमा. Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara are unable to describe your glories. So, how can others reach the limit of your glories? You are goddesses of innumerable universes. By the influence of your energy, the religious principles of the yugas are protected. The three principal deities of the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the cosmic manifestation are unable to sing your glories. Therefore, how will those who are subordinate to them ascertain the limit of your glories? The last one. Big purport. Jagata Swarupa Tumi Tuma Sarva Sakti Tumi Shraddha Daya Lajja Tumi Vishnu Bhakti. You are the form of the universe and you possess all energies. You are faith, compassion, and shame. You are the personification of devotion to Vishnu. Purport. In Sri Bhagavat Sandarbha it is said the Lord was also served by his principal internal potencies Sri, Pushti, Giri, Kanti, Kirti, Tushti, Ila, and Urja. His material potencies Vidya, Avidya, and Maya, and his internal potency, pleasure potency, Shakti. The word Shakti refers to the internal potency or energy in the form of Lakshmi. When the word Shakti is mentioned, it refers to the first internal energy or Mahashakti, and Maya is the external energy. But the above energies headed by Sri has two potencies because all energy are of two types, material and spiritual. It is to be understood that the energies headed by Sri act both in the form of consorts and in the form of Maya. Among them, Sri of the former category is the opulence of the Supreme Lord, but she is not the form of Mahalakshmi because Sri is Moola Shakti or original energy. This will be explained later. The later category is the opulence of material world. Regarding her, the Supreme Lord has said, Na Siri Viraktam Apimam Vijayat. The goddess of fortune, actually here, na, because the Balram font it is did not take, so that's why you are not getting. So I ask Arjuna for that. So the goddess of fortune, Sri did not leave me even though I have no attachment for her. This is also stated by Sri Narada at the end of 4th canto. Sriyam anucharatim tat artinascha Vipada patni vibudhamscha yat swapanah bhujati nijabritya varga tantraktam amum vidisrijya puman kritajna. Although the Supreme Personality of Godhead is self-sufficient, he becomes dependent on his devotees. He does not care for the goddesses of fortune Sri, nor for the kings and demigods who are after the favor of goddesses of fortune. When that person who is actually grateful and will not worship the personality of Godhead, among the above potencies, Ila or Bhu Shakti has the same features of Leela Shakti. Of the two, the former, Lila is manifestation of Bhu Shakti and is the cause of knowledge regarding the truth. She is particular aspect of Samvit potency. The later or Leela Shakti is the great way of knowledge. She is aspect of ecstatic love based on the motherly affection that helps one forget the Lord's opulence. That is why Gopal Tapan Upanishad has described this energy as bewildering to the cowherd residents of Braja. The other material aspect of Leela Shakti is the covering potency that causes the conditioned souls to forget their own identity. It is to be understood by the use of the word cha in the verse beginning Shriya Pushtya that energies of Bhu Shakti like Sandini, Sambit, Ladini, Bhakti, Murti, Vimala, Jaya, Yoga, Prahavi, Ishana, and Anugraha are included. These are also known as Sandini, Satya, Jaya, Yoga, Yogamaya, Sambit, Jana, Jnana, Jnana, and Shuddha Sattva. Jnana, Jnana. Prahavi is the cause of variegated bliss and ability. Ishana is the cause of energy of full control. This is the difference. In the same way, the energy Uttara, Leela, has many different potencies. The potency of Maya are not described herein because they serve the external energy. But in the original text, these potencies have been generally counted as limbs of service. The external potency of the of Maya is because of her remaining in the distance under the shelter of the plenary potency of the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, in the original verse, the word Shakti has been used as a noun. The energy Sri, the original form, the energy like Pushti are her part and parcels. Vidya means knowledge, not ignorance. This knowledge is described in Bhagavad Gita as follows: Raja Vidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttam Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmam Susukham Kartam Abhyayam. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets, is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion, is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. The word Maya in the original text refers to the external energy, her aspects like Sri are separate from her. The others are same. Although all these energies are counted among the aspects of internal and spiritual energies of the Lord, it should be concluded that since the absolute truth is Satchidananda, the energy is not yet divided in three. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschat Pradesh Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Abhutyananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. It's a very technical thing. I will try. Whatever I'm understanding, I'll try to share. So here, seeing the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dressing like Shakti or consort, and persons who are situated in false ego of goodness began to pray to him as Narayani Mahalakshmi. Others in ignorance offered prayers known as this Chindi Stotra. Like it is, our worship is proportionate to our understanding. So what I understand about the Lord, based on that I start worshipping. So this is everybody is understanding like that only. So like we have our Shraddha and Swabhava. So we were discussing this also. Like our Shraddha is the faith which I develop, and then the Swabhava is what I am, the personality I am, how I behave, how I do, how I live. That is my Swabhava. That is my psychophysical nature. That is my Swabhava. Shraddha is which I give my heart. My Shraddha may be I want to become pure devotee of Krishna, but my Swabhava may be ignorance. I may behave wrongly and other things, but I have a desire to go to Krishna. I know I am doing wrong by eating tamoguna food, eating late night, and doing other sense gratificatory activities, but I want to ultimately go to Krishna. So that is the thing. So here, this ego, this is very important to understand. Maybe what happens is a person in the false ego. Just a minute. So the person in the ego, this is a very important understanding we all should get. It is based on ego he is worshipping. If is if ego is in ignorance, that means his taste is in ignorance. Actually, our activities are proportionate to our ego, what I think about myself. So based on that, I start acting in that particular way. But this I have explained also previously. Actions are proportionate to ego. So our actions are proportional. So now here the ego is in goodness. Then we worship, our taste is different. If it is in ignorance, our taste is different. So here for me, for the people who are in goodness, for them the God should be in a particular way. Their taste is like that. And they say God should be very cool, calm, and then he should give a smile and he should be in a particular pose. But a person in ignorance, he will think God should be very ghastly and he should it should be fearful and it should be very very terrifying and all. So that is the taste. So this is the difference between the people in ignorance. So what happens is yaksha rakshamsi rajasam. So the people in passion, for them the God should be who blesses everything. You can go and ask him, give good health to my wife, give a good job for my son, let my daughter get married, let me have grandchildren. Then yeah, that is good God. So that this is the very important thing we need to know, that I have told many times also this, that like say if somebody is following Islam or Christianity or any other religion, we should know that is actually their taste. So basically here whatever religion we are seeing, the people are following or whatever, it is basically that is the taste. So religion is taste. Clear? Based on it is for me God should be very very, the religion should be like this. For me God should be like this, so I start liking such type of religions, and then I will get very happy when I am there with that type of situations. Now so many people are, so many types of gods are famous in India. It is not, it is based because their taste is like that. That's why they are famous. People in Kali Yuga, their taste is very not so good. It is more in ignorance and passion. That's why they flourish. Here, this season, like no, we say, how come people like such gods? Yeah, because they're in Kali Yuga and their taste is like that, so they will like it. I know we have so many babas and all coming and doing some bogus things, and people are getting attracted to them and they are accepting them as Supreme Lord and giving donations, trying to get some blessings. You say, how cheap, you know? A person sits in front of the TV, do this puja, and no, try to do this, do this. People go there and now we see, how come it is possible? Yes, Kali Yuga it is possible because the people are taste is like that. So this is very clear. Religion is a taste, based on the taste. Like what dress I am wearing, it's my taste. What food I am eating, what hairstyle I have, what shoes I have, what type of people I associate, what type of dress what type of books I read. Everything is based on my taste, right? Similar, religion is also taste only. So for them, Lord should be like this. It is clear. So here it is very clear. People in false ego, the same Lord, Gaurasundara, he is looking like Lakshmi, and for others, he is looking like Chandi. The interesting, right? How? Because that is the taste. And then they started offering prayers. Please bestow the shade of your lotus feet on the suffering living entities. So Mahamaya, the mother of universe, avoid various miseries to living entities engaged in material enjoyment. Hope the first section is clear about the taste and religion, because so much is there. We'll try. I am also not sure how much I'll understand because it's quite, of course, it's some description, but we'll not be able to understand everything because it's a very, very technical thing. But we'll see, try to understand some simple things. We'll try to comprehend. So here, this simple thing which Siddhanta Thakur says that who is avoiding, like just now I got a question, somebody was asking me. No, avoids various miseries to living entities engaged in metal enjoyment. So to get why she is doing it, that was the question. Why she is avoiding material miseries to living entities, that was the questions. And to, because living entities want it. Prabhupada said, a devotee asked Prabhupada, why there is why Krishna created this? He said, no, because you wanted it, Krishna created. It is not him. I want to, like we give the example, the child want to keep his hand and finger in the fan, rotating fan. Prabhupada tells the example. He did with his son. And then he was trying to stop him, but the child was doing. Then his friend says, "No, wait a minute." He switched off the fan. It was about almost it is just stopping. That time he told, "Now you keep," and he kept it. Hit him, tuck. Then he understood. Oh, it is very painful. I should not do it. Now same thing is with the Maya also. This arrangement is done so that the living entity wakes up to reality. You understand? Oh, so much misery. Like sometimes we get very bad, terrible dreams. Mm, Sometimes I get a terrible dream is that I'm again going to college and writing exams. Oh my God! And recently, this some one devotee got arrested in Bangladesh. That was the last thing that somebody sent a message. I read the message and I slept. And early morning, I got terrible dream. Police, this, that. I was thinking, my God, what is this? So the thing is that we have to wake up to reality. So we continue to sleeping in the lap of Maya. Jeev jago kora chandman. Unfortunately, people like to remain in that situation only. Actually, very difficult also to come out of it. That's why to get freedom from miseries, they take shelter of her, even though she is only giving misery. But at that point, they are unable to understand that their actual fate will be when they are free from those miseries. So they want to, they are controlled by Maya, but they are very happy to be with Maya. Like sometimes we see, while traveling and all, the husband is controlled by the wife, and he is very happy to be controlled. I think for every small thing she is trying to dictate and do, and we say, what is this? But he is very happy. He's asking everything. What should I do? What should I do? People, he, for outsiders, it's a miserable situation, but somehow he likes it. No, 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 whatever she says, I do. Now, same thing with Maya also. We are all in the lap of Maya. Maya is controlling, but still we say, no, 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 no. Uh, can we have a nice villa in this place? Can I have some nice furniture? Can I have nice car? And Maya says, yes, yes, I'll give you, come, come. And that the facility that is giving us is actually cause of misery. Unfortunately, we don't understand. So now I ask you a question. Say if suddenly Krishna, you get a option. Okay, you have to leave all your property. You hardly will have some property. Everything is lost and is one side. And then you get a darshan of Krishna for 1 second. But you lose everything, whatever you have. No property, nothing. And another option is you get nice 2, 3 big buildings, and you have so much opulence, so many foodstuffs and other things, good health, everything is nice, but you will not get Krishna. But here you lose everything and barely you will have some one small one room apartment, some hardly some little money to maintain yourself, and maybe $2 per day like that. So what am I ready for it to get darshan of Krishna for 1 second to sacrifice everything in my life? Or another option is you lose all your family, friends, relations, everything is lost. And then you get a darshan of Krishna 1 second. After that, you don't have any of your family members. Will I go for that option? That is actually option we all get at the time of death. And then what we do, we lament. Oh, I lost my family, I lost my friends, my house, my property, my mobile, my dress, my jewelry. And then Krishna feels very bad. Arey, I thought this person want to come to me, want to take my darshan. But is interested in his own family, is interested in his own property and wealth. Then where is the question of me taking him to spiritual world? Let me give him again all these things. And again we got it. Every lifetime we are going through the same exercise, and again we get. We want to be with Maya. Krishna is telling, but why? She is giving you all these miseries. Your house is a misery. Ehi sansparshaja bhoga dukhayona evate. You touch the pleasure in this world is the cause of misery. So clear it is, and we already get it. Everybody who goes through family life, they all have this experience, they all have this relation, and many of them tell, oh Prabhuji, you are very fortunate you didn't get married. And then next life we continue same thing, why? Because we want to be with Maya, even though she is giving miseries, but we take her shelter. We are not able to take shelter of Krishna, unfortunately. The desire is not so intense to see Krishna. The desire to meet him is not so intense. It's like, I want to eat pizza tomorrow, and I want to meet Krishna also. I want to go back, come back to God. The desire is almost on the same level, eating pizza and going to spiritual world. Sometimes the desire to have a no, to clear all the mortgage and to have a nice villa at a nice location is much more intense than going back home, back to God also. That is the reason. That's why they continue taking shelter of Maya. But but at that point, they are unable to understand what their actual fate will be when they are free from these miseries. They don't understand. That is the point. Only those who are fully surrendered to the Supreme Lord achieve the inclination to serve Krishna and Mahamaya. So, just, just so that is unfortunately I got this topic, but I will go further. We'll complete this topic. Only those who are fully surrendered to the Supreme Lord achieve the inclination to serve Krishna. Uh, and only those who can, and only they can understand that severe miseries can be vanquished by the influence of unalloyed service to Krishna. Service to the son of Nanda is most auspicious for the living entities. This becomes the subject of the prayers to uh, the devotees. This is another important Katyayani. Prayers to actually Katyayani, sorry. So, and this is Adi Shakti. Krishna from Mahamaya Adi Shakti. So the inclination to serve her is very strong for us. And we will go for the next one. All glories to goddesses of innumerable universes, you incarnate in every yuga to maintain religious principles. So that is her job also. Sisti sthiti pralaya sadhana shakti reka chayeva yasya bhuvanani bibarti durga. So that is a very thankless task. Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara are unable to describe your glories. So how can others such a reach the limits of your glories? Because she is the energy of Lord, she is also unlimited. So it is not possible to glorify something unlimited. What you are glorifying? It's going on, increasing. So you are the goddess of innumerable universes. By the influence of your energy, the religious principles of the yugas are protected. The pre-principal details of creation, maintenance, sthiti, pralaya of the cosmic manifestation are unable to sing your glories. Therefore, how will those who are subordinate to them ascertain the limits of your glories? Lord and his energies are always unlimited. Then that's the reason we will not be able to understand the glories. And she does a very great job. How we understand, like, no, the energies are there are different types of energies. Like we have within this world also, we see there electricity, that is one energy. There is potential energy, kinetic energy, and no, then there is nuclear energy. We are seeing different types of energies, and they perform differently. They act in a different way. We based on, like, we need some energy to run the car, some energy for cooking, some type of energy for our they convert it. You need electricity, you need gas, you need petrol. They are conversions of different forms of energy. So here also we see the Durga Devi. She's now comes the most important part, but it is quite technical. But we will see how much we can understand, because it's not easy to understand all the energies of Lord which are there in the spiritual world. But we'll try for something. So here it is said that mm, in the Bhagavad Sandarbha, it is said, okay, you are the form of universe and you possess all energies. You are faith, compassion, and shame, and you are the personification of devotion service to Vishnu. Now comes the real, that we will try to understand what exactly here Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is trying to explain. He says that the Lord was also served by his principal internal potencies, Sri, Pushti, and these are Giri, Kanti, Kirti, Tushti, Ila, and Urja, and his material potencies. So their internal potencies are this, and material potencies Vidya, Avidya, and Maya. So these are the second category. We'll try to. So these are internal potencies, and this is principal internal potencies, and they are material potencies. And his, here it is said that his internal potency is Shakti. Now Prabhupada is Bhaktisiddhanta start explaining what is this Shakti. This is Shakti. So I'll just check. Yeah. Because Balram font is not there, so I'm sorry. Okay, this is Shakti. So refers to the internal potency or energy in the form of Lakshmi. Now here comes, when the word Shakti is mentioned, it refers to the first internal energy or Mahashakti, or and Maya is the external energy. So here Shakti refers to internal energy, Lakshmi. This is the first internal energy or Mahashakti is, and Maya is the external. So there are two things. Maya is the external. Mahashakti is internal, Maya is external energy. But above this energy is headed by Sri has two potencies, because all energies are of two types, material and spiritual. So now there is, now that is Shakti, but here there is something called Sri. Okay, for you I'm writing. We'll try to understand something, whatever we'll manage. Yes. So now Sri has two potencies. One is what? Material and spiritual. Now more is described about Sri. So till here it is simple. There is first part is the principal internal potencies, material potency, and internal pleasure potency. Sorry, pleasure potency Shakti. And Shakti refers to energy of Lord, that is Lakshmi. And the word Shakti is also mentioned. It refers to first internal energy or Mahashakti. And Maya is the external energy. Okay. So, three things. First is so this is pleasure potency, material potency, principal internal potencies. Okay. Then Shakti here is internal potency, which gives pleasure, is also first internal energy, and Mahashakti, and Maya is external energy. And above these two energies, headed by Sri has two potencies. So above the Shakti, there is Sri, because all energies are of two types, material and spiritual. Now it is to be understood that the energies headed by Sri act both in the form of concerts and the form of Maya. So it is both form of concerts, form of Maya also. Among Sri, the former category is the opulence of Supreme Personality Godhead, but she is not the form of Mahalakshmi because Sri is Mula Shakti or original energy. So there is difference between Mahalakshmi and Mula Shakti. So there are two different. So Sri is the former category in the opulence of Supreme, but she is not Mahalakshmi. And this will be explained later on. The later category is the opulence of the material world. Regarding her, the Supreme Lord has said, and the goddess of fortune, she does not leave me even when I am not attached to her. So this is referred to Mula Shakti. Don't worry, whatever you are understanding, that much only. Not a problem. Hearing is only purifying. Even whatever it is written, that much only I am understanding. I don't have any more. I am just trying to make it more simplified. That's all. Although Supreme Personality of Godhead is self-sufficient, he becomes dependent on devotees. This is the translation of the sloka. He does not care for goddess of fortune Sri, for the kings and demigods who are after the favors of goddess of fortune. So, where is that person who is actually grateful and will not worship the personality of God? So, this is about the translation from that shloka. Now, we'll come to this. Now, among the potencies, Ila and Bhu Shakti have the same features of Leela Shakti. Now, the two former, Ila is a manifestation of Bhu Shakti and is the cause of knowledge regarding the truth. She is a particular aspect of Samvit potency. The later or Leela Shakti is the gateway of knowledge. She is the aspect of ecstatic love based on motherly affection that helps one forget the Lord's opulences. Like people they have they're asking, okay, no, what is there so much to discuss? And so much is there to discuss about just the spiritual world only. When Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he was publishing a daily newspaper. So people ask Swamiji, what is there to publish every day about spiritual? They said, "Arey, material world is such a tiny place, and for in that also one earth which is so tiny, in that one city, you have 30, 40 newspapers for every city. So much you are there. And spiritual world is such a Ekpad Vibhuti is this, and Tripad Vibhuti is the spiritual world. And how much more news is there? And we can see so much information is there. Acharyas, they what happens is they get access for all this information, and then they produce it. It does not come all in the whatever they speak is Vedas. You may say, where is this in the Vedas? No, what they are speaking is Vedas. The Vedas are actually manifested like this. How Vedas come is that the rishis and the sages, no, they sit and they meditate for many, many, many years. And when they completely get purified in their chitta, then Rishi means one who can see. What they are seeing? They are seeing the Vedas, they are seeing the mantras. That's why they are Rishis. So then they repeat, they come out of their samadhi and then they start speaking them to their disciples because they see them and they repeat. Same thing here, all these Shat Sandarbhas and all which you Goswami they are writing in their samadhi. They are able to see all these things very clearly, and based on that, they are writing. So, and some of them are there in the Upanishads also. And this is the energies are different and they have different effect. And we just trying to understand whatever little bit. That is why the Gopal Tapanupshan had described this energy as bewildering to the cowherd residents of Vraja. The other metal aspect of Leela Shakti is the covering potency that causes the conditioned souls to forget their own identities. So here two things are there. In the spiritual world, she is also making them bewilder. So bewildering to the cowherd residents. But in the material world, she is doing what? She is covering. So you remember here it is told that two things are there. Every two aspects of everything. One is material, one is spiritual. So here, because all energy have two types, material and spiritual. So in the spiritual world, what energy is making the Brajavasis forget? Cowherd when um, describe here the energy as bewildering to the cowherd residents of Braja. Same thing is covering potency that causes souls forget our own identities. They are also bewildered, we are also bewildered. There it is good that causes ecstasy, and here it causes pain. That is the main difference. Otherwise, it's completely. For example, you see, like if a person in this world is very calm, cool, and he's very composed, is considered very elevated. And somebody is just going around and no playing with girls all the time, and no he's very frivolously behaving, is considered not very good. Spiritual exactly opposite. One who is Shantaras, very cool, calm, composed, Shantaras. And then somebody is in Madhuri Krishna. He is like he's always with gopis and doing all mischief. That is considered very highest. So the same thing in the spiritual world is opposite. So here the bewilderment in the spiritual world is causing ecstasy, bewilderment in the material world is causing pain, right? It is to be understood by the use of the word cha in the verse. This is verse beginning. Uh, One minute. Yeah, the okay. Energies of Bhu Shakti like Sandhini, Sambit, Ladini. Okay. I'll just yeah. So here this is Sri Pushtya, that energy of Bhu Shakti like Sandini, Sambit, Ladini, Bhakti, Murti, Vimala, Jaya, Yoga, Prahavi, Ishana, and Anugraha are included. It is said that the Leela Shakti is covering potency of the living entities. So here these are also known as all this the cause of variegatedness. Ishan is a cause of energy of full control. This is the difference. The same way the energy has many different propensities. The propensity of Maya are also not described here because they serve the external energy. But in the original text, these propensities have been generally counted as limbs of service. The external potency Maya is because of her remaining in the distance under the shelter of plenary portion of supreme law. Otherwise, original verse, the word Shakti has been used as a noun. I didn't understand this honestly. This what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati is telling, but whatever little bit I am trying to analyze, I should be honest. It is something which is quite technical, and whatever little bit I am understanding, I am trying to share with you. So one thing is that the potencies of Maya are not described, but whatever we have discussed, maybe that much is clear. Like the knowledge of the king of education, secret of all knowledge, Raja Vidya. Yeah, this one is clear. We'll try to understand. The external potency of Maya is because of her remaining in the distance under the shelter of plenary portion of Supreme Lord. Otherwise, in the original verse, the word Shakti has been used as noun. The energy Sri is the original form, and energies like Pushti are part and parcels. Vidya means knowledge, not ignorance. This knowledge is described. So here, Vidya aspect is described, which is given in Bhagavad Gita. This is the king of knowledge. Now, same thing in the material world is ignorance. So she manifests here the pure knowledge in spiritual world, and it is because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, and this is a perfect religion. It is everlasting and joyfully performed. The word mind, the original text to the external energy, her aspects like Sri are separate from her. The other son. Although all these energies contain among the aspect of internal or spiritual energy of Lord, it should be concluded that since Absolute Truth Satchidananda, the energy is one yet divided into three. Anyway, this is quite tough even for me to understand, honestly. Um, uh, I didn't know that it will be so tough. But anyway, I hope you will forgive me. I didn't thought that this will be the worst, but anyway, I committed for the class, so I took it. Even though, because you don't get any reference, you don't get any recording of this class somewhere, so you don't get any reference to understand. Also, it is quite. Prabhupada have there is no books from Prabhupada and all these things, but we know it's like that's why first part is very simple for us. Religion is a taste, and then the miseries which we are accepting because we want it, that's why Krishna is giving, Maya is giving. It is not her fault. And here we understand that there are so many potencies of the Lord. Same potencies, they act in the material world in a material way. What is attractive there, the bewildering there is covering here. And there is pleasure potency, material potency, and spiritual internal potency. So they all give different pleasures to Lord in different way, they act in a different way. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yes, it was a very technical class. But yes, Prabhu, you decode so many things and explain it to us. So this was also one of the classes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yes, your support in the end. It was what we needed. And few points of what you said was like action is very much proportional to our ego. I was thinking on those things. That is so true, Prabhu. Thank you so much for making us realize. And religion is also taste, just like the food I eat, the clothes I wear. So that's what we get attracted to and we start practicing. So very nice points you said, Prabhuji, today. And the choice which you gave, I mean, if we are put in a situation where we have 1 minute of association with Krishna with a very, very mediocre lifestyle versus a good lifestyle and no Krishna, what would we choose? Yes, I'm still pondering, Prabhu. I don't know if I'll be strong enough to choose the first one. So, thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this class. And if there are any realizations or questions, please go ahead, Mataji and Prabhuji's.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much. Such a technical class, and
I apologize. Even I didn't understand so much from that.
Prabhu, whatever it was by your mercy that we could at least get a glimpse of what it was, because we were all totally blank, right? So at least something we were able to get through the explanations that you gave. So we are so feeling so grateful. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you so much. And also, I know it was just given to you yesterday night, so it would have been really hard for you to put things together. Thank you again. And also, when you were asking this question, whether you will have the same, I mean, if there's a desire for pizza and there's a desire for going back to Godhead, most of the time it will be on an equal level. It's 100% true for me. I was just thinking 2 minutes back. Really, I would be like, I want both on an equal level. Yeah, I understand, Prabhu. Yeah. Thank you so much. Very nice class, and thank you for explaining it very patiently to all of us. Hari Bol.
Thank you for your kind words. Yeah.
Prabhuji, in chat, Vinita Mataji has thanked you. She's very grateful to you. And Flavia Mataji also says, excellent class. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So there are many devotees who enjoyed your class today, Prabhuji. So thank you so much.
We will end with some story. Tell some
So very good.
Sure.
Like we have many acharyas in our parampara, especially Madhva parampara. There are many acharyas who have appeared. Uh, they have performed many miracles and so many things. Their power of preaching and all. There is Raghavendra Swami. He's at Mantralayam. He's very famous for miracles. He fulfills desires like anything. So, like many times, what happened? Like one time, the there was some Muslim king. He had some issues, and they come to Raghavendra Swami, and he settles them. He helps them to come out of some situation. He says, "Okay, this land I will give for you on your name." So this whole Mantralayam area was given to him, and he then all the devotees they used to uh, there is some mud and all they were serving them, and he liked to stay at that place. So then one time he decided to leave this world, enter into samadhi, and he was sitting with his actually how it happened is he was sitting with his disciples and he was discussing, he was having some discourse, and suddenly he looked up and he stood, and his disciples were surprised. Guruji, what happened? He said, did you not see? Vyasdev came and he showed two, two, two like this. He said, what does it mean? He said, 2 years, 2 months, 2 days. Then I am going to go enter into Samadhi. Then they were they were unhappy, but then they decided, okay, we will arrange. And after that particular day come, he said, bring that stone from this place. Then they brought it. He said, what is so special about it? He said, on this stone, Lord Ram and Sita, they sat when they were in the Vanavas. So they brought that stone, they started making samadhi, and he started, and all the devotees, they started crying. And he said, no, don't worry. You continue chanting the stotra and you start. He was sitting and they started constructing on him the samadhi. And then one disciple, he is one of his most favorite disciple, but he was sent for preaching. And he came to know, he started coming back, but somehow he could not reach. He came to Kaveri river, I think, no, Tungabhadra river. Tungabhadra. So he could not cross. It was so going very fast. It was raining, and then the boatman said, "No, we cannot take." So he jumped, and somehow the river brought him to the other side. By the time he reached, uh, the samadhi actually, when they were constructing, the bricks were falling. They were not able to construct. They said, no, you bring that stone. Then on that stone he sat and he entered into samadhi. He was sitting, and then they closed him. When then the disciple who was coming late, who could not come, so he glorified his guru. He wrote some shlokas, and while coming he was reciting this. He wrote and he was reciting, and when he came to that place, by the time samadhi is over, so he was so sad. He could not control himself. He said, oh, I could not meet my guru. Then after writing everything, there is Falashruti, right? You, by reciting this, these are the benefits. So that Falashruti came from Samadhi. So Raghavendra Swami, he recited that Falashruti from inside. So his disciple was satisfied, at least my guru is still there. So then he said, then the astrologers, when Raghavendra Swami was there, they were predicting. There, one astrologer said, no, he will stay for 100 years. One said, no, 300 years. One said, no, 700 years. Then they went to Raghavendra Swami. They said, "Arre, according to my calculation, you are 100 years. According to him, 300. According to him, he said, how is it? He said, yes, all three are right. In this body, I am going to stay directly visible for 100 years. Then I will enter into Samadhi. In the Samadhi, I will stay uh, for 300 years, and with my teachings I'll stay for 700 years. That's how it is. Then what happens is, regularly there are so many miracles that happen. The people used to see, like one time when British officers, they said that this village should also pay tax. The village was exempted from tax. Then they showed the Mughal period that letter that this village is exempted from tax. They said, no, no, no. It is not like that. Then the British officer, he came. Then they said, okay, go and meet the Swamiji inside. So he came into the Samadhi, and he stayed for a long time. And after that he came and he said, okay, I am exempting this village from tax. He said, how? He said, I met the Swamiji. You met the Swamiji? Yes. I met him. He talked to me for a long time, and he told, and I am agreeing with this, and I am coming. They say, but he left long back. He's in Samadhi. So he used to come out of Samadhi and talk also and meet people. So then now also, then the letter was given from the British officer. So now also that letter is there in the Mantralayam where they display. So he appears many times and performs this Lisa. He is one of our acharyas. So after him, after him, I think second, from there, Madhavendra Puri, he comes in that line. Madhavendra Puri, Nityananda Prabhu, and all the acharyas. So here, Raghavendra Swami is very great personality who appeared in Madhya Sampradaya. And we have many such acharyas. We have Purandar Das. This story is very sweet story. Purandar Das was born for a very rich, wealthy gold merchant. And he was, I think, Srinivasa or some name he has initially. So what happens is he was, when he, after his father dead, he took over the business. He was so stingy. He was so rich, and but so stingy. And his wife, and he was like a very strict person. The wife used to very faithfully serve him, and if somebody used to come to him, he was not even giving any charity. And one time, one Brahmana came to him. He said, "My son is going to get Upanayana. Give some donation, can charity." He said, "No." For 6 months, the Brahmana came. At last, to get rid of him, he took one small 2 paisa or something, which is of no value. He gave him. He said, "What can I get in this?" He said, "No, I gave my charity and you are gone." So then he goes to his wife. He goes to Purandar's wife and he says, "No, I went. Can you give me some charity?" Then she says, "No, no, no, no. My husband will be very upset. He always gives her warning." And one time, what happens? He gets a dream that his wife is giving charity, and he wakes up in the middle of the dream and he becomes so upset. He said, "Are you cheating? You are giving some charity without my knowledge." He says, "No, no, no, no. I'm not giving any charity." Even in the dream, also he gets nightmare like some his wife is giving charity. So he was so vehemently against it. So what happens is then she uh, then he this Brahmana goes to her and he says that can you give some charity? He said, "No, no, my husband will not allow." He said, "No, no, you should give something." And he says that okay, you can give something which is given by your parents, which is your property, not your husband's property. Then she thinks, and she says, "Okay, you have this nursery that you give." She says, "Yeah, that is correct." And she takes her and gives to the Brahmana. And this Brahmana, he directly goes to the shop of her husband and says, "See, I have this ring and you give some money in return of this." Then he looks at it and immediately gets the shock of his life. He said, "This is my wife's." And then he puts in the drawer, locks it, carefully locks it, double, triple. And he says, "I don't have sufficient money here. I have at home. I'll go and come." So he goes to home and he sees there is no nose ring. He says, "Where is the nose ring?" And wife, out of fear, she says that, "Oh, I just took my head bath and all. That's why I took it and kept inside." Then he says, "Okay, go and bring." Then she goes inside and then she starts praying to the Lord. "My dear Lord, please save me. I did this mistake. Somehow save me from this." And she understood there's no hope. Maybe I should commit suicide now. I'll just go behind the well and drown in it. And that time when she was playing, suddenly she hears some drop into the small tumbler or something. And she immediately looks and she gets that nose ring. She keeps and she comes back. She says, "Oh, here I have." And husband, he gets doubt, really? And he goes back to the shop and again opens his drawer and sees that there is no ring. Then he goes back home and he says, "How is it possible? No, I kept the nose ring here and it is not there." Then he goes to the, then she goes, again he goes back to the home. Then she tells, "No, no, no, actually I'm sorry, I gave it to the Brahmana and I prayed to the Lord. I don't know why, how it came." Then they don't see the Brahmana also. And Purandas understood, this is a very important point. He understands that it is a Lord who is coming from 6 months to bring me out of this material world. Can you imagine? Lord is so desperate and so patient. For 6 months he tried, coming again and again and again to uh, to make him come out of the situation. And then he comes and he says, "Now enough is enough. Lord is eager for me. We will live like this." And without giving, without thinking about what is there, what is not there, all the property which he has, he leaves everything and goes, and then he gets his Diksha from Vyasatirtha, and then he wrote, I think, 4 lakh songs and glorifying the Lord. Very wonderful. So the point here is how much eager Lord is to bring us, patiently waiting, trying again and again and again. And yeah, So we'll try to develop a desire to go to Krishna. We'll try to intensify our desire to go to Krishna. There is nothing in this world actually. It's such a miserable place. And I don't know why I want to stay here. Like, okay. Chalo, I ended with some story. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the beautiful story.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Actually, I'm from Karnataka, so Raghavendra Swami was very like with my friends' houses, everything. I've seen intense worship. I have gone to Rayar Matha so frequently, and it was heart touching, both the stories. And before even getting to know our Gaudiya Vaishnava songs, it was always Purandara Dasara Kritigalu, which I would listen, Prabhu. So very heart touching. Your both stories was like a personal touch to me. Thank you so much for that, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, I did have a question. So what happened? Raghavendra Swami sat on that rock when he took Samadhi? The rock
Yeah,
which...
just sat and they built a samadhi over him.
No, what happened to the rock where Sita and Ram sat? I was curious
He
about
sat
that.
on it.
So it is underground?
Yeah. Where he
No.
is sitting, that is the rock where he is sitting.
But how come the rock came there all the way through Tungabhadra River till Mantralaya? I mean, I'm just curious where the rock came from where.
Told that,
Because,
bring the rock. No, he knows that this is the rock, so he told him to bring that. Raghavendra Swami tells to bring that rock.
but I mean, I'm using my material mundane mind to understand this. So I was just thinking, how come the rock traveled that far? Because this was
They use
not a
bullock
reach.
carts. They pull with bullock carts and all.
I see.
They,
So he sent them elsewhere to bring the rock. Not that the rock was present near Mantralaya. No.
no, he sent it.
Oh, to go and bring that particular rock in a particular place. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Thank you. I was trying to go on Google Maps to see how the rock could have come all the way. Okay. Thank you.
There is a book which is going to come very soon, The Dawn of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya by His Holiness Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj. This is telling how about our Parampara Acharyas and Madhva Acharyas in our line. So very nice. Will take time for few months in the process.
Yes.
There is one more book, Healing Prayers, which is recently published by Bhakti Vigyan. It's a very nice book. If somebody is interested, in US we have one devotee who is uh, who is doing this, and here in India I am doing, but very nice book.
Nice.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Shivani Mataji,
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for a very beautiful class. Prabhuji, can you share the link for the book that you just mentioned, if possible?
Healing prayers are
Yes,
there,
Prabhu.
Yeah, okay. I will just give the number of the you are where you stay, Mataji, in US or India?
US, Prabhu.
Okay, US, na? I will send. You have my number. You just text me. I'll send you the.
I don't have your number.
Prabhuji, you can send it to me. I will send it to Shivani Mataji.
Okay. This is my number, Indian number. So if you take, I will. Okay, Mataji, I'll send you the link of the devotee who is in US, so he can give the book.
Thank you so much. Very, very grateful to you. Hare Krishna. Dhanva pranams.
Will end, Mataji?
Sure, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you
Healing
so much.
Prayers. Book name is Healing Prayers by Bhakti. I'll just show you the book. I will just show you how it looks. So this is the book. Healing Prayers. You are able to see?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can see that. Thank you.
Yeah, so very nice book based on the prayers of Queen Kunti. And this is one of my favorite books. It will be very helpful. I am trying to advertise, but it's a good book. It will be helpful for whoever is preachers and not preachers also, otherwise also. It is very healing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your time, and thank you for this wonderful class. With your permission, we'll offer prayers.
सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
अनन्तकोटिवैष्णववृन्द की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
His Grace Radha Pramod Prabhuji ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you
So
very
much,
much.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
So
Dandavat
much.
Pranam.
I like the stories.
I love the stories.
Yeah.
Very
Yes,
good.
we like the stories, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare
Thank you so much,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
We like the philosophy, Prabhu.
Mm.
Ending.